Did you know that white people, at one point, inhabited Central Asia and Siberia? That is right, white people are actually indigenous to most of Asia. Let me present to you the Tagars. The Tagars were a Bronze and early Iron Age culture that flourished in southern Siberia, particularly in the Minyasinsk Basin, which is modern-day Caucasia and parts of the Krasnoyarsk Krai in Russia, from around 800 BCE to 200 C. They were part of the broader Scytho-Siberian world and are considered one of the most advanced early nomadic cultures in the region. While no written records exist from the Tagar culture itself, it is widely believed that they spoke an Iranian language, related to the Scythian languages spoken by other steppe nomads of the time. Their genetics reveal that they descend mostly from Western steppe herders, who were Proto-Indo-European, but also had significant European farmer and even Siberian hunter-gatherer ancestry. Their linguistic affiliation is inferred from their cultural and genetic ties to Scythian Saka peoples of the western steppes. The Tagars were eventually absorbed into later Siberian cultures, including the Tazrik and Tez cultures, before becoming part of the Xiongnu and later Turkic groups. Some of their genetic and cultural legacy likely contributed to modern Caucasus and other indigenous Siberian populations. Tagar pottery was typically gray or brown ceramic, often decorated with geometric patterns. Their pottery styles evolved over time, reflecting interactions with neighboring cultures. Large ceramic storage vessels and finely crafted ritual pottery have been found in their burials. The Tagar culture is particularly well known for its elaborate kurgan sites, which contained well-preserved wooden structures, sometimes housing mummified remains, bronze weapons, and artistic petroglyphs depicting warriors, animals, and chariots. I gathered the raw DNA of 3 Tagar individuals and ran them through my Trait Predictor tool for DNA analysis. The links to purchase my Trait Predictor, as well as the raw DNA of the 3 Tagars, will be in description of the video. Let's start with Day 7, who is male and carries Y lineage R1A. He is predicted to have blue eyes, light brown hair, white skin, curly hair, and a Greek nose shape. Here is his predicted phenotype as well. Regarding his dopaminergic profile, he was a warrior and had higher D2 receptor availability. He had intermediate odds of autism, higher level of empathy, lower odds of obesity, and blood type O. He had high odds for epilepsy, male pattern baldness, glioma, and polycythemia vera. He had low odds for cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis. He carried rare risk variants for irritable bowel syndrome and Li-Fraumeni syndrome. Now let's move on to Day 8, who is female. She is predicted to have brown eyes, black hair, olive skin color, straight hair, and a snub nose shape. Here is her predicted phenotype. She is predicted to be a warrior, to have intermediate D2 receptor availability, higher odds of autism, lower empathy, intermediate odds of obesity, and blood type B. She had high odds for hemoglobin E disease, epilepsy, leukemia, male pattern baldness, Alzheimer's, and polycythemia vera. She had low odds for multiple sclerosis, prostate cancer, atrial fibrillation, PCOS, migraine, and erythema nodosum. She carried rare risk variants for Waardenburg syndrome type 1, familial thoracic aortic aneurysm, and Fabry disease. Now, let's move on to Day 9, who is also female. She is predicted to have hazel eyes, dark blonde hair, white skin, straight hair, and a snub nose shape. Here is her phenotype. She is a warrior, contrary to the previous 2 individuals, had intermediate D2 receptor availability, high odds of autism, high level of empathy, intermediate odds of obesity, and had blood type AB. She had high odds of epilepsy, leukemia, type 2 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, prostate cancer, polycythemia vera, and testicular cancer. She had low odds for Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, vitiligo, migraine, and erythema nodosum. She carried rare risk variants for Riefenstein's and Parkinson's diseases. So, what do you think? Could they be linked to the Atlanteans or perhaps one of the tribes of Israel? Can we consider Turkic expansion in Siberia to be an act of genocide against the Tagars? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Links to purchase AndreiDNA products and services, which include Qpadm modeling and FST runs, will be in the description of the video.